Everyone looks so fabulous.
Fabulous. We are fabulous.
Oh, but what she said. I love it.
So, and the Sikowski family is now joining us from Atlanta.
Oh my.
Cool.
And we are live on streaming. Look at that.
Wow.
Woo-hoo.
Oh,
In all our finery.
Yeah.
that.
So,
Crazy.
and there we are. So I was told by Dr. Fauci to double mask. So I have this is my
Well,
costume
thank you.
and my Esther mask. And I know we're very safe.
Didn't want to get a computer virus.
That's true. It could happen. So now, let's see.
You want me to have hosting assistance with you?
I would just think that would be a brilliant thing.
Do you want a Hine Matov in the meantime?
That's a great idea.
Okay, I'm with you. Here we go. It's a lot of interaction. Hine Matov Umahanaim Shavat Achim Gam Yachad. Wave your hands. How good it is, how sweet it is, waving with my sisters and brothers. Good it is, how sweet it is at peace. Give me some peace. With one another, Hine Matov Umahanaim Shavat Achim Gam Yachad. Can you bounce up and down? How good it is, how sweet it is, bouncing with my sisters and brothers. Good it is, how sweet it is at peace. With one another,
Very good.
Umahanaim Shavat Achim Gam Yachad. Was that the we're good?
That is
we're good signal?
That was my peace signal. Excuse me, ma'am. That was peace.
That was peace.
Peace, peace, peace.
Yeah,
So,
right. Let there be peace.
Do we want everyone to mute themselves at this point?
are my slides showing on this screen?
We're getting a black screen right now,
Nope.
Rabbi.
I do see that on my screen. It is not.
Uh-oh.
It is not black, and
There we go.
No. These aren't the slides.
we need slides. We definitely need slides. So let's try share again.
Rabbi, do we want everyone to mute themselves at this time?
Maybe we need to find out how we get my slides up first. Slides?
Okay.
Yes? No?
Because we might need their assistance, is what I hear you saying. Ellen, very cute hat.
Thanks.
Don't take it off. It's adorable. It's like a little derby.
That's right.
I bought it in a German market years ago. Germans wear hats to go shopping, so.
Very nice.
Mary, if you feel the need to
Want
sing
to keep on the Hine Matov? Because I can.
some more, let's try my thing again.
Okay.
Well, I try to line.
Hine Matov Umahanaim Shavat Achim Gam Yachad. Let's wiggle. How good it is, how sweet it is, wiggling with my sisters and brothers. Good it is, how sweet it is at peace. With one another, Hine Matov Umahanaim Shavat Achim Gam Yachad. Let's give kisses. How good it is, how sweet it is, kissing with, blow kisses at me, my sisters and brothers. Good it is, how sweet it is at peace. With one another, Hine Matov Umahanaim Shavat Achim Gam Yachad. Make funny faces. How good it is, how sweet it is, making faces with my sisters and brothers, only because it's Purim and we're allowed to be silly. How good it is, how sweet it is at peace. With one another, Hine Matov Umahanaim Shavat Achim Gam Yachad. yachad. Ooh, Claudia, I like that. Let's rock and roll. How good it is, how sweet it is, rock and roll with
Oh,
my
yeah.
sisters and
This
brothers.
is the best.
Good it is, how sweet it is at peace with one another. Hine matov umahanaim Shabbat achim gam yachad. Wiggle your toes. If you can't, show them to me. How good it is, how
No, that's
sweet
okay.
it is, wiggle my toes with my sisters and brothers. Good it is, how sweet it is at peace with one another. Another one. Keep going. I'm waiting for the cue. Hine mato umanaim Shabbat achim gam yachad. Keep singing. Hine mato umanaim Shabbat achim gam yachad. How good it is.
All right. Now,
Are we still in the dark?
are we in the dark or do you see slides?
Nope.
Don't see no slides.
Don't see no slides. Well,
Very dark. Do you have the slides up on your screen already?
they sure are, and they've gone up and they've gone down and they're not showing. So it's dark.
Hey, Judy, are you actually the host for this meeting or did somebody else fire up as host?
I am the host.
Okay, because share screen says the host has disabled participant screen sharing. So if you're in as a participant, you've been disabled. So maybe there's a way to work around that. I really don't know.
Well, I certainly don't want Purim to be a dark winter, do I?
Yeah,
No,
boy,
no, no.
everything's dark already.
Dark,
We had enough of that.
dark.
Yeah.
That was your black cat eating licorice in the coal bin picture
Yeah.
Yeah.
with his eyes closed.
So why don't we light some candles to light up the room? You can be entertained whether I get my slides up or not, which I will work on this whole Shabbat. Here we are on the Shabbat of Purim, and the Purim pixies have been everywhere from what I understand.
They're all
The poor what, pixies?
Pixies.
The Purim pixies have been causing trouble all over the nation. So it's the Shabbat, which is the day of rest, and we tell the story of unrest, of wild queens and crazy, crazy kings, and fear and trembling and victory and joy. And so we bring all of those together to open our Shabbat. And I hope some of you have Shabbat candles. I actually have Shabbat candles and no lighter because I didn't get that.
Rabbi.
Oh, boy.
Not doing well. Rabbi, can we sing Shabbat is here?
Well, everything is dark. Wait a minute.
Does Mary know that song?
Well, we're going to light our candles in any case
Okay.
while we try.
Now
And
relent control. Relent control.
that would be good.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, what? Oh, did she make me the host or something?
No, I made her a co-host.
Oh,
So-
boy, that's a lot of people on that side.
I don't know if I can go in and do anything. Let me see. Iris.
Black.
Oh, there we go.
Still dark.
Okay.
Oh,
So yeah, Mary's a co-host.
Take it away, Rabbi. Take
She's
Take
in
it to yourself.
Excuse me? Take it away.
He said, "Take it away."
Okay, I just So we will light our candles. With
But they're-
so those of you who have candles with you, this is really a great slideshow you're not seeing. Let's welcome the Shabbat, which is also Purim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech Asher mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And it is the Shabbat of Purim. So we make light and make noise. Now, I don't know how lots of noise sounds on Zoom. Let's try it. All one.
Oh, that was good. That was good, Jan.
Yep. So I have this beautiful slideshow, which I have on my screen, but none of you have it.
Oh, God, that is.
So it's all right. I can tell you what it says.
Maybe you can act it out first.
You know what? We look funny enough in our costumes that we can laugh at one another.
Right, there you go.
Of course, we begin with the blessings of the telling of the story of Purim. It was to be with your participation, but we'll figure out a way to do it. Praise Adonai with the story of Purim, the story of how our people overcame a foe that wanted to destroy us. And so our first blessing is the blessing for the Megillah. And we do our traditional opening with Vitzivanu al Mikra Megillah, which God blesses us with the commandment to read the Megillah. So if you'd like to join along, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher Kidshanu b'mitzvotav, Vitzivanu al Mikra Megillah.
Right.
And that praises God for letting us tell the story of Esther. And then, as we do on our festivals, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim lavotenu u'imotenu b'zman hazeh b'makom hazeh. Thank you, God, for doing wonders for our ancestors, and we pray that you will do wonders for us in our day as well. And finally, the blessing for happy occasions, the Shehechianu, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu, V'kiyamanu, V'higianu, Lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, God, who have brought us to this wonderful occasion. It literally has been 1 year since we were together, because Purim was our last opportunity to be together as a congregation. And we are thankful that we have weathered quite a year, and pray and hope that the coming year will bring us together in community and in peace, in health and well-being. And that indeed is what we pray for. So I guess, and as I say, while things are going on, I'll continue to work on getting slides to you. But if the slides don't get there, here is our opportunity to see each other's faces. And that's a beautiful and wonderful thing as well. So the story of Purim that we tell tonight includes 4 main characters with my antique masks, which are masks who have come to every Purim in our congregation for 36 years. And this is our king, and his name is
Ahasuerus.
Ahasuerus. And this is his advisor, who is also the Jewish uncle of the heroine, and his name is
Mordecai.
who had a beautiful cousin whom he raised, and she became queen, and the heroine of this story, and her name is
Esther.
Yay! And then the bad guy of the story, who we will see get his, we say boo, and we see his face, and he is maybe this is one of the times when we don't have to be we can be unmuted, and we can make as much noise as we like.
There you go.
There you go. So the story is in the days of, wait, now I got to be ready for this now. This changes my plans. In the days of
King
Ahasuerus.
Ahasuerus.
King of Persia, ruler of 127 provinces from India to Ethiopia, a royal banquet was given in the palace of Shushan. And we start with Downtown, which is by Ms. Mary.
When you are Persian in the mood for diversion, you can always go
Hey,
to Shushan. Looking for action, well, here's an attraction, so truck on down to Shushan. Listen to the bustle of the crowded market square. Some girls will hustle you and you won't have a care. How can you lose? The climate is hotter there. You can forget all your clothing, forget underwear and go.
Underwear?
You can forget your pants. Shushan. Everyone's waiting for you.
I think we need a few more choruses of Shushan with everyone. You can do the thing about the dance if you want.
Where every girl can dance. Shushan. Forget your pants. Shushan. Everyone's waiting for you. Hey,
Apologies to Petula Clark for that one.
there you go. So you don't mind hearing everyone stutter around each other, Rabbi? You're okay with that?
That's wonderful.
Okay, all right, we're good.
It was the palace with beautiful couches of gold and goblets of silver and royal wine. And on the couch sat King Ahasuerus. And he said, I want my wife. Bring her for me. And the 7 eunuchs who served as chamberlains went to fetch her, but she refused to appear. The king was enraged and his anger burned within him. He turned to his advisors and they said, that was very, very bad. If she puts ideas in our wives' heads, we're all in trouble. And said, you're right. Replace her with another. And so it was done. Let all the beautiful girls be sought for the king and gather them in Shushan at the capital. And the maiden that pleases the king most will be the new queen to take the place of Vashti. And so it was done. They held the first Miss Persia contest. Now there lived in the capital a Jew by the name of
Mordecai.
And he had a beautiful cousin whose name was Hadassah. And in Persian, we call her
Esther.
Esther Lauder.
Applied and was taken to the king's palace. Before she left, Mordecai never mention that you are a Jew. One can never be too careful, which is nothing new for the Jews. Upon seeing the beautiful
Esther.
the head eunuch in the king's harem favored her. He quickly provided her with a credit card and 7 maids from the king's palace and advanced her to the best place in the harem. And he coached her. He prepared her for her moment when she would go before He learned how to play the piano, read stories dramatically, and play a good game of chess. The Scheherazade story began one by one. The women visited the king, and each one did not see the king again unless the king delighted in her and she was summoned by name, or to enter the royal court before being called by name was assigned to one's death. One by one, night after night, the young women visited the king. Did you ever have to make up your mind?
Did you ever have to make up your mind? Pick one up and leave the other behind. It's not often easy, it's not often kind. Did you ever have to make up your mind? Did you ever have to finally decide? Say yes to one and let the other one ride. There's so many changes and tears you must hide. Did you ever have to finally decide? Sometimes there's one with painted nails and all red with enamel. Then you spot another who moves like a camel. Just when you think she's queen of your dreams, this cute little quail strolls by and drops her seventh veil. Oops! Then you know you better make up your mind to pick up one and leave the other behind. It's not often easy, it's not often kind. Did you ever have to make up your mind?
And so the king went through woman after woman until it was Esther.
Esther.
Yay! The crowd goes nuts.
Yay! We
Yay! Yay! But couldn't believe his eyes. He loved her more than
Wow, look her.
Come on, Pamela.
See him in church. She played the piano beautifully, and she even got him his COVID vaccine. And he set the royal crown on her head and made her queen.
Hey. Way to go. Way to
The
go.
king gave a great banquet for all of the princes and officials in 127 provinces from India to Ethiopia. It was Esther's banquet. All hail to Queen Esther.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Sat by the White House gate,
White House.
kibitzing. And here he overheard the king's eunuchs talking about overthrowing the king. And Mordecai told Queen Esther, who told the king Ahasuerus, and the co-conspirators were punished, and Mordecai's name was written in the Chronicles. While all of this was going on, the king also promoted his seat was placed above all the princes who were with him, and all the king's servants who were at the king's gate were to bow down and do homage to Haman, for he was second only to the royal throne. And Haman said, I'm second to the throne.
Oh, boy.
Everybody bowed down before him except
Mordecai.
Mordecai. And this really irritated Haman. But Mordecai refused to bow down to anybody but his God. And so we bow down to our God. We talk about the oneness of God with our two blessings for Shabbat, which speaks of the oneness of God. And if those who'd like to rise can rise. And we say off this beautiful slide that none of you can see, the Baruch and the Shema. Baruch and Praise Adonai, who is worthy worthy of all praise, and blessed is this God who we remember is one God, the God of all peoples, the God of all nations, the God of all humanity. And we affirm that with the words of Deuteronomy. Shema
Yisrael.
Eloheinu Malchuto Leholam Amen.
And we may be seated, and it's probably a good idea to get a drink around now. Today with the 4 cups of wine, let's go.
Getting ready for practicing.
That's right.
Mhm.
So we have to have 8.
Yeah, right. The 4 cups of food.
So,
Oh.
amen. All the Jews of Persia, because he was so mad at Mordecai. And so he took dice, which were called pur or lots, and he threw them down on a calendar, and the lots or the pur or 2 purim landed on the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, the one we are in, and the 13th day. And he said, what a great day to kill all the Jews. So he went to the king and said, there are these Jews who stay by themselves and have way too much power, and they're gonna win all the Nobel Prizes, and they're gonna run the banks, and they're gonna run Hollywood, and it's just gonna be a mess for us all, and they're gonna have this lobby which is gonna destroy everything in Shushan, and let's get rid of them. And if you do, King, I will pay you. And King Ahasuerus said, sounds good to me. And so the decree was written that on the 13th day of the 12th month of Adar, that the Jews could be destroyed. On hearing this decree, Mordecai rent his clothes, he put on sackcloth and ashes, and he went to his niece and cousin, Queen Esther, and said, this is a terrible thing. You have to save us. You have to save us. But Esther said, I can't go before the king unless he calls for me. And Mordecai said, you keep silent in a time such as this. It might be this very moment for which you were chosen as queen. And so Esther said, gather the Jews to be found here in Susa and hold a fast on my behalf. You will eat or drink for 3 days, and I will go to the king. And on the 3rd day, Queen Esther put on her royal robes. She did not forget her pants. I be with me at this hour. Grant that I might have the courage to face the king unafraid, and let me have the right words to plead well the cause of my people. Make me the instrument of their deliverance, that this evil hour may soon pass. God, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. And so do we rise and open our lips to talk to the monarch of all, our holy God, asking for the words that will bring salvation for our people in this season and in this time. Adonai Sifatai
Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch Adonai Elohim Elohei Abraham Elohei Sarah Elohei Abraham Elohim, 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 Ha'el, Gomer, Konei, Kaste Avot, Imahot, Umevi Gula, Livnei, V'nehem, Laman, Shalom, Ahava, Melech, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ezra, Atah Gibor Olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKolam Lahoshua, Mechalkel Mechayei HaKolam Rabim. So may Munato Lishene Melech Meimi Tumachaye Umat Ne'eman Baruch atah Mechayei HaKol Atah Kadosh Kadoshim B'kol Yom Yehalleluka Selah Baruch atah Adonai And we are seated. And take a moment at this time as we have the greatness of God and our ancestors before us in our minds and in our prayers to offer a prayer of healing, not only for the individuals who are ill in our community, but indeed for all of those in the world who have suffered this past year through difficulties and all of the many ravages of not only disease, but also the quarantine and the upheaval in our world. Our Misha Berach prayer is a time to look at and to offer up our prayers and our hopes for all people. And we hope that you will use this opportunity to carry all of those people in your thoughts and in your hearts. If there's anyone for whom you would like to offer this prayer particularly, and you would like to mention them by name, we ask that you unmute yourself if you are muted and mention those for whom you are praying for healing. Anyone for whom you would like to offer this? There we go.
Mindy Ross.
Stanley Maharam and Jean Kavanaugh.
Michael Cook.
Zirkle and Rob Schilling.
And Elizabeth, our new potential member.
Yeah.
Our new friend, Elizabeth Patielis. We
Right.
also have in our congregation wishes of healing for Dwayne Taylor, Fran Levine and Rachel Taylor, Gary and Sue Taylor, as well as Mindy Glovka. And for all of us who could use some strengthening and some hope and some healing. And Mary, we wonder if you will lead us in our traditional Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu, let us source of strength, who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. shebera imotenu Mekor habracha lavrotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
And back to our story, for Queen Esther was strengthened by the prayers of her people and by the power of the hidden God, whose name is not spoken in our service, but whose fingerprints of the divine are all through the destiny of the story. Esther stood in the inner court of the king's palace, opposite the king's hall, and the king welcomed her into the royal court and said, "What do you want? I'll give you anything you want. I'll give you the MasterCard. I'll give you whatever you would like, even if it is up to half of my kingdom." And all Esther said is, "I want nothing more but for you, King Ahasuerus, and your royal advisor, Haman, to come to you. It's going to be great. We're going to have sushi, and we're going to have brisket, and we're going to have hummus and tahina, and it's going to be really, really great." And the king and Haman said they would love to do that. And so Haman, he felt that he had everything in the world that he needed. He felt so wonderful that he knew nothing would bring him down. And as he left Queen Esther's palace, he was joyful until he saw Mordecai, who yet again chose not to bow down to him. And so he went home depressed, and his wife said, "What's wrong with you?" And he said, "As long as Mordecai will not bow down to me, I will be sad." And so Zeresh, his wife, said, "Build a gallows and hang him on it. In the morning, tell the king to hang Mordecai, and then you can go to this dinner." Made great sense.
No more hanging around.
He loved Mordecai so much that the gallows were built, and he sang this song. Marilyn.
Oh, you're on mute. You're
Marilyn.
on mute, Mary.
Mary.
You're on mute.
Mary's on mute.
I'm on mute.
Yeah, you're on, Marilyn. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Be Haman.
Hey, man.
Just you wait, Mordecai, just you wait. You'll be sorry when your people meet their fate. From the gallows you'll be swinging, with the sparrows all be singing. Just you wait, Mordecai, just you wait. Until that fateful day arrives, oh Mordecai, the Jews all lose their lives. On the 13th of Adar, I'll go raid the nearest bar. Oh, ho, ho, little Morty, down you go, little Morty. Just you wait.
Well done. Bravo.
Yay! Time for a drink?
Yeah.
Drink some more.
Let's drink one to
Fine.
Haman. Whoops. Meanwhile, the king could not sleep. And so he had eaten so much of that wonderful food, and the brisket really gave him a little bit of heartburn. And so he asked that the royal records be read to him, and he heard the story of how Mordecai had once saved his life. And he said, what was done to reward Mordecai? And the servant said, nothing was done. And so the king said, who is it in the royal court at this late hour who might help me? And they said, Haman! And so King Ahasuerus asked Haman, what shall be done to the man whom the king wishes to honor? And Haman, thinking it was about himself, said, robe the man in the royal Brooks Brothers, seat him in the royal limo or Air Force One, command the minister to guide him through the streets. And so King Ahasuerus decreed, make haste, take my pinstripe and my limo, and take it and make sure that Mordecai the Jew sits at my gate. Haman was, Haman crazy mad as he left the palace, but he did as the king had commanded, and his friends and wife saw the beginning of his fall. Meanwhile, Ahasuerus asked his wife, what is your petition? And it shall be granted you. And she said, please, one more time, come to dinner at my house. And the king said, yes. And at that dinner, he said, anything that you want, you've already run up all the credit on the credit card into the royal treasury, and you can print up new money because what's money anyways? That's how we pay for things in our country. And Esther said, no, that is not what I want. She said, instead, if I have found favor in your sight, if it pleases you, give me my life and the life of my people. And Ahasuerus said, huh? He said, we have been sold, I and my people, to be destroyed and slain and annihilated. And the king said, by who? Esther said, by the wicked. King, meanwhile, did not remember his decree or much of anything else. And so he was ready to grant the request, but not before he had a beautiful song by the queen and the king. And here they are.
King, oh, save my life, save my life, save my life. King, oh, save my life. Dear Ahasuerus.
I will save you, my dear wife, my dear wife, my dear wife. I will save you, my dear wife, my dear Esther. Oh. Tell me why you tremble so, tremble so, tremble so. Tell me why you tremble so, my dear Esther.
Because of Haman, you should know, you should know, you should know. Because of Haman, you should know, dear Ahasuerus.
What does Haman want to do? Want to do? Want to do? What does Haman want to do, my dear Esther?
He wants to kill us, every Jew, every Jew, every Jew. He wants to kill us, every Jew, dear Ahasuerus. Do not let him do this thing, do this thing, do this thing. Do not let him do this thing, dear Ahasuerus.
He shall never do this thing. He shall never do this thing, my dear Esther.
So the king arose in his wrath and went out to the palace garden, and a distraught Haman went to beg and plead and tremble before the queen, but he fell on her. He fell on her. Fell on her, and and it looked pretty bad when the king came back in and said, what is he falling on my wife for? And so they took Haman off and said, off with his head. And so Esther went before the king, and she said, I'm so glad I only have 3 masks now. So and she also said, if it's right in your eyes, then please revoke the evil decree of the wicked wherever he went. Because how can I stand it if something awful happens? And so the king sang, you're back on?
All the Jews.
All the Jews now laugh and sing, laugh and sing, laugh and sing.
All the Jews now laugh and sing. Dear Ahasuerus. Goodbye, Haman.
Find him. Do that again. Goodbye.
Good. Good. All the Jews now laugh and sing, laugh and sing, laugh and sing. All the Jews now laugh and sing. Dear Ahasuerus. Goodbye, Haman.
And he's out. Oh my goodness, I even lost my background. We are having technical.
A little bit ago.
She's
All right, I
Someone
lost
else
everything.
signed in on our account. Temple Beth or people. So that is it for Haman. But what of Mordecai?
Hey,
He was
what?
the
What?
prime minister, second in rank to the king, and he was great among the Jews and popular with the multitudes. And what of Esther? Who can find words to say the wonderful words that there were? And for the Jews, there was light and joy and gladness. And so we give thanks to the hidden one by whose decree the Jews survive and fulfill our destiny over and over and over. So we rise for our Aleinu, which gives thanks to God for our continued survival. Aleinu
Shabbat
la te Shelo asanu goyei ha'atzot velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo samchem v'hor aleinu k'chol hamona v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. And so we bow and thank you, the unique one, ruler of all, who is the source of all blessing. For the day will come when your presence will be recognized throughout all the universe, and all will understand that we are all one part of the same life. And as we praise you, we are aware of all those who lost their lives because of their belief in your presence. Those who died at the time of Esther and Mordecai. Those in every generation who were deemed expendable simply because they were Jews. We remember them all as we continue to praise the unity that lies behind all and work for the coming of God's divine rule. And so it is our time for our Kaddish prayer. For those of you who would like to add names to our Kaddish list, we ask that you gather those and be ready to type them into our scrolling or to mention them. On this Shabbat, we mark the yahrzeit or the anniversary of the passing of Sidney Phillips, Francis A. Clare, Elspeth Schlesinger, Jerry Goldstein, Andrew R. Nathan, David M. Nathan, Paul Nathan, Leona Jacobs, Sadie Nelson, David Yates, and Dorothy Gutman. Are there any names that anyone would like to add to our Kaddish list for this Shabbat?
We have the names in our chat room, Brian Miller and Tobias Blattstein.
My cousin George Lobel passed away today at 94.
Oh, Kanahara, as we say.
Mhm.
but we wish he made it to 120.
Really?
So in their memory, and in the memory again of the so many names that we don't have of the victims of the coronavirus, all of those who have given up and have lost their lives to disease and to terror and to pain and to despair. We remember them all. And the point of the Kaddish Prayer is actually not to be sad that they are gone, but rather to remember and celebrate their existence, because it is life that is a gift. And we were so blessed to have them with us for too short of a time, no matter how long was that time. And so in their memory, we say, Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shamei Rabbah, B'alma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute, B'hayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, B'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shamei Rabbah mivarach leolam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpoar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudesha berichu la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata de'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace above please bring some peace down to us, down to our world, and make peace abound for us all, as we say, amen. And we are seated. A few announcements. First of all, thank you all very much for sticking with this, even though you didn't have the prayers. You know the prayers, as we say, by heart. They are in your heart. And so if you know the Hebrew, or if you don't know the Hebrew, just by your very presence today, those prayers have been lifted up to the heavens. We say and celebrate on the Shabbat of Purim the opportunity to bless our Hamantashen, and some of you have not had the opportunity to have Hamantashen. We will be giving out some of these wonderful items that look much like our challah. We will have the opportunity.
I made them myself.
Yes. Well, now I can say I made an amazing, amazing, amazing challah. You just can't see it on the slide. It's our opportunity to bless the fineries that we eat on this day, but on Sunday we will have a drive-through at the temple to participate in various mitzvot of the season of Purim. We'll play a few games. We'll see a few magical tricks. We'll have Esther there. We'll have some Hamantashen and some beautiful songs. And we hope that you will come to our carnival, and we hope that your cars come in costume. And so that is what we hope will happen on Sunday morning between 10 and 12. And you'll meet all the Purim and Shushan dignitaries there. So we first say Kaddish. Some of us have already hit the Kaddish, I'm afraid. I'm like almost on empty, but we can do it anyways. Kaddish and Hamotzi. We hold up our wine cup. This is the first sanctified glass of wine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Bottoms up. And our Chaman La. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz shaumein. And our closing song Breaks my heart that you don't have my slide, because one of the classic songs from Sinai, we are told, is Wicked, Wicked Man. And as I was looking for the lyrics all over the internet, because everybody knows this song, they say it's so old that no one knows who wrote it. Well, I know who wrote it. My mother-in-law, Ray M. Cook, wrote it. So I have many, many places to write now and say, oh, did not come from Moses on Mount Sinai, but rather from my mother-in-law. We had to clean up some of the lyrics. They were so un-PC in today's day and age, and we did not want to be canceled. Mary was afraid that she might get canceled, and so she will sing a little bit of a different song, and I hope some of you remember it from your early days in Sunday school, and many of you maybe didn't know it at all, and our children will never know it, and our grandchildren, except my grandchildren, no one else's will. But so here is a gift from our past.
And I will say, once you hear the chorus the first time, you will have it. And I know I'll see at least your lips moving along with us, right?
Right.
And try this.
Once there was a wicked, wicked man, and Haman was his name, sir. He would have murdered all the Jews, though they were not to blame, sir. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Nasham Hamantashen. And Esther was the lovely queen of King Ahasuerus. When Haman said he'd kill us all, oh my, how he did scare us. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Nasham Hamantashen. But Mordecai, her cousin bold, said, what a dreadful villain. If we don't act at once, my dear, our life's not worth a shilling. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Nasham Hamantashen. When Esther, speaking to the king of Haman's plot, made mention, ha ha, he said, oh no, he won't. I'll spoil his bad intention. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Nasham Hamantashen. The guest of honor he shall be, the clever Mr. Smarty, and high above us he shall swing at a little hanging party. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Nasham Hamantashen. Of all his cruel and unkind ways, the little joke did cure him. And don't forget, we actually owe him thanks for this jolly feast of Purim. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Nasham Hamantashen.
So Chag Sameach, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom. And join Mary and Lorraine tomorrow for more music and adventure for Shabbat. The link can be found on Facebook and in Planet and on our website. And on Sunday, we hope that you will drive by our Purim Carnival to have a little more fun. They told me I couldn't serve any wine, but certainly the hamantashen, the delicacies, and the fun will be had. And then at 5 o'clock, you can hit your bottles again.
What time does all that start on Sunday?
10 o'clock to
10
12 o'clock. Anytime through there, it will be just as we did Hanukkah. So you can come through. You don't all have to rush to be there at any set time. Anytime between 10 and 12. Our wonderful crack security, the palace guard will be there to help you guide your cars through. And we don't want to say they're eunuchs. They might get
We hope they're not. Yeah.
No. And we will have a chance to celebrate a little more Purim, a little bit closer together. So Shabbat Shalom, one and all. Thank you for all of those on
Shalom.
Facebook and
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom, everyone.
And next
Shabbat shalom.
next year I can do it again with the slides.
Claudia. Thank you, Rabbi.
Yeah, you got the slides already ready for next year.
It was lots of fun, everybody. It was lots of fun.
Oh, I see. Do I see Marissa?
Yes,
Yep.
Marissa's there.
Marissa.
Where's Marina? I see her. Hi, Marina. Hi, Marissa.
Hey.
Hi, Irene.
Hi.
Bye.
That's what I am. I'm a clown.
I see.
Can we see the little one? Is the little one like really big now? Let's see her.
Let's see the baby.
Is the baby?
You want to be on?
Marina, can you put the baby? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, she has gotten big.
Mommy, can you say hi? Can you say hi?
Hi.
Say hi.
Say hi, Dayton, Ohio. Oh, wow.
Wow.
I guess
Cutie.
you are technically sitting. You may have that. Go ahead. You want this?
Lorraine, I love your tiara.
Thank you.
I'm trying to be a clown.
You look wonderful though, Marina. It looks beautiful.
Thanks. I did a last minute costume for everyone.
You did great work.
Good job.
Did a good job.
I'm the
Impromptu.
supermodel.
You're a
There you go.
supermodel. Yes, you are. Hey, Mark, is your wife there? Annette, I want to show our matching glasses. Is she close by? I know Annette, Nathan, and I have the matching glasses. You want me here? Is she going to show it to me? Here it goes.
What does it say?
It says, I drink and I know things. There we go.
Very cute.
Yeah.
She has a t-shirt, so I had to get her a glass, and now we have matching. I love it.
There you go.
God Purim.
Yes. So Rabbi Israel, do you see that the slides did not work on Zoom today?
What happened?
After 6 hours of prep? They
I
did
bet
not-
if you try them now, they probably will work.
Yeah.
I am not ready.
That's such a bummer.
Yeah.
I know not who you are.
But that's good because now I can do them again next year and we'll all have Alzheimer's and won't
It'll all
remember.
be new. Be new for us.
That's right.
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 What's old is new.
That's right.
Right.
So,
This
is
is
my
my
Purim costume. That's awesome.
Abby, you were terrific.
Thank you, Rabbi. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was
thank you,
awesome.
Mary.
Thank you, Mary. That was great too.
Here,
Yeah, Mary, awesome.
And all the
Absolutely.
singers, they were fabulous.
weren't they? Bill and Claudia, that was so fun. Thank
Hours
you.
of practice.
Hours of
Hours of
practice. Yes.
Hey, I had to learn
And it
3
showed.
songs. I had 2 hours to do it this afternoon.